Good morning, everyone. This is going after the workout session. This is actually, this is going to be at the beginning of the video, but this is post-workout. I'm making my protein shake, but before I get into that, I just want to say, this is all up to the viewer to interpret these workouts. If you guys do want to do what I do, then that's great. If you think that the other stuff, you have other things or recommendations that are better, you can definitely comment below and let me know what you think works best, what you think is most optimal for what muscles, whatever it is that you guys think is the best way to work out these different parts of your body. I'm always open to some recommendations, and I'm only almost 2 years into going about 5 to 6 days a week. Unless I'm just blatantly not trying, after going to the gym for that long, you're gonna see some pretty substantial results just because of consistency. So I'm not the one who's gonna think I got all the answers and I know exactly how to do it. So if you guys have recommendations or if you have any criticism, I'm totally down to read it and implement it into my workouts and all that stuff. I'm not trying to say that I am that guy. Okay. Also, another thing, I'm basically natural, and I don't plan on using anything extreme. The only things that I don't know what considers you not natural, but I take supplements, like meal supplements. I take fish oils, vitamins. I put creatine in my water. I try to drink 1 normal bottle of water for each creatine bottle of water. And I put about 5 grams of. So if I put 1 in 1 water bottle, I'll drink 2 water bottles, 1 with creatine, 1 without. And I do that for each time, just to avoid complications from getting too much creatine and not enough hydration. But that was my workout today. Today was a pull session, and there'll be pushes on there too, and I'll get some leg sessions into. And I'll record one of each, maybe 3 times a week. I'll get a gym video out. I don't like typically recording at the gym. I don't like going to that public space where people are trying to get in shape and using my camera. So if my angles are weird, I'm just trying not to invade anybody's privacy in that kind of space. I don't want anyone to feel self-conscious or like they have to leave that area or whatever they're doing. And if anybody who's at the gym that I go to sees this video, if you want me to turn the camera off or move or stop recording or whatever it is, just let me know. I'm not gonna say no. I just do this strictly for my own educational purpose. If I watch these videos back, I'll be able to know if I worked something properly, if I didn't do it properly. And you can see through muscle activation. If you record yourself working out, you can see if the muscle you're going for, your target muscle, is activating. I feel like it is when I work out. I have pretty good mind to muscle connection. That's basically why I record, and also uploading it for other people to see, maybe for motivational purposes. Just a quick disclaimer, I don't know everything. I don't think I know everything. I'm just very passionate about fitness, and I've been doing this for a little while now, and I hope that I can find some like-minded individuals who feel the same way. But without further ado, we'll get right into the video, and you guys will watch the workout, and I will talk through it and talk about some of the reasons why I do things a certain way. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Enjoy this. So here I find it important to note that before I started this deadlift, I had done 3 sets of warm-ups, and that was basically 8 to 10 reps, and I just went up from 10 to 25 to 35 to the 45, and then now we're lifting heavy. You can see I'm still wearing my hoodie, so I'm on the back end of my warm-up set. So this should be my last set before I am done with my warm-up, and then I start going heavy. I like to start my pull days with a deadlift warm-up because it warms up pretty much every part of your body that you're going to be using when you're pulling that day. So I went ahead and started with this deadlift and started adding on weight. There's a portion here where I say something. I think I'm trying to calculate how much I'm lifting, but I'm just not very good at that. I usually don't pay attention to the reps that much, and it's really not important how much you're pulling. It's more so just how much effort you're putting into, especially during warm-ups. And if you look here, you can see there's a bend in my back when I'm doing my deadlift.
In my opinion, it just depends on the person. I'm not sure if this is correct, but like some people, it's more harmful to try and keep your back completely straight during a heavy deadlift. So I went ahead and just added a little curve to my back when I do it. It helps me get a little more leverage.
I'm not sure how much heavier that's gonna get
to lift the weight up, but you know, do it at your discretion, because if you really mess up, you can like mess up your back really bad. But this way works for me, so I think a little bit of bend is okay depending on the person.
It should be like 305.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
You can see here I'm already not sure about lifting this up. My heaviest lift so far has been 295, so we're gonna see what this looks like. And the build up, pull the slack, and no, okay. Well, you gotta fail to succeed, right? So I'm happy that I tried. And then we moved on to this fly machine kind of deal. This works your medial deltoid. I'm not really sure when to get this in when I'm working out, so I went ahead and did this on a pull day. I usually do this at the beginning on my first pull day of the week, so I try to get 10 to 15 reps in, and I try to explode to the top and come down slowly. I felt like I had gypped myself on these first sets, so I keep going and try to slow it down on the negative. Next we moved on to some shrugs, because we like to start working at the top of our body and work our way down, with the exception of the deadlift, working everything just to get it all warmed up. So I moved on to some shrugs. Usually I do this with 225, but I didn't have my wrist straps today, and I just wasn't sure if I could keep a grip on it for long enough to get my reps in. Some people might not consider these proper shrugs, like complete range of motion, but I like to keep tension on my traps when I'm pulling. So I just kind of, I try to go as up as I possibly can, squeeze at the top, and then come back down as slow as I can. The weight gets really heavy, but I usually do 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps of this, and usually it's a lot more reps, but I don't really count them as far as shrugs go, because some days I'll get a bunch of them, and then some days I won't get that many. But for the most part, we just go until we can't anymore, and so that was what I moved on to next. Next up, we moved on to the barbell rows. I only did this with 45s on each side, and then of course the bar. But I don't really think the weight is important here. I just think that the technique is really the most important thing about this, because you really got to do it right, or you're really gonna hurt yourself. And I'm not sure that I'm even doing it right, but I'm just really trying to work the upper lat section there and get some good tension on it. This isn't my favorite way to work the muscle, but I was already there, so I gave it some reps, and I went ahead and got, I believe I was doing 6 to 8 4 sets on this. And then after this, I moved to a machine that I like more. But I can't get too excited, so I decided to grab my stuff and take a journey to a more private area, so I wasn't making anyone uncomfortable. And I went ahead and switched my grip from a pronated to a supinated grip, and did some more rows with the barbell. And I switched locations. I just felt like, I don't know, my camera was maybe making people stop their machines a little early, so I just went ahead and moved and did the rest of them in here. And I actually prefer this method for the barbell row, because when you do it like this, and I move the camera too, I really feel it activating in my back. I really feel it, especially because I make it a big point here to make sure there's a curvature in like the direction I'm pulling, to make sure that I'm not using my biceps so much as far as pulling the weight. Like I try to drive my elbows back like like I'm pushing my shoulder blades together and really capture the angle that the bar is supposed to travel here. Now we move on to my favorite. This is my absolute favorite way to do my rows, and I start with a pronated grip, and then I pull into a neutral, and I try to get a pause when we complete the rep. We get it all the way back. We pull those elbows. all the way back. Pinch those shoulder blades. I try to get a hold at the top, not for too long, not really a pause rep, just for a little second there, you know, and then let it go back as a negative as slow as you can. I start at about 130 pounds, and then I move down as it gets heavier. And this is my final set that I did on it, but it was 4 sets, and I start 6 to 8, and then I just try to hit 6 to 8 all the way down, and I usually stop on the first 3 sets when I feel like I've got 2 more reps left in me, and then in the last one I just use all my juice. This is by far my favorite way because when I'm doing it, it feels like it's like tearing me in half. That's how much I feel like my muscles being activated in my back. It just feels the most optimal for isolation purposes, but it could just be me. It differs amongst different people, like different strokes for different folks, you know what I mean? And it's also worth mentioning here that when you're doing this, you want to keep your back semi-straight. You want to keep the scapula retracted, and as you do your reps, you can push them shoulders forward and pull them back, but don't do too much. It's okay to get a little movement, get a little umph into it, but not too much when you're doing these, and you can squeeze real hard. I mean, I just really like this workout altogether. Maybe I'm just biased, I don't know. This one right here, I feel like might be unique to me, but I call this the Triple B. It's the Burnout Bicep Blaster, and I've been using this for a while now, since my buddy from the Marine Corps, Garrison Lash, shout out to the homeboy, he showed me this, and I do this pretty much every pull day actually to try and get those biceps up. And so usually I start at 80 pounds and I do 5 short reps and then 5 at the top, and then I do 5 full reps at the end, just like this, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, and then full reps. This, me and my biceps have such a love-hate relationship. Like, it hurts so bad, but like, boy oh boy does it make your biceps look good. I'm a pretty small guy in general. I've been trying to, I mean, it's the whole reason why I started going to the gym is to try and bulk up. But these bicep blasters, man, I'm telling you, like, it makes it almost impossible when you get to like 10 pounds and you're like trying to use both your arms and you can't get it up. But the burn is worth it. At the end of the day, you experience good growth. I think this video actually gave me a better look at what my biceps look like, even though I'm like manhandling and using my whole body to pull the bar. Just trying to squeeze every little bit out of those biceps to get them activated. Putting in 100% effort there, just because I'm dying. This workout really takes advantage of me. I mean, it's probably not even legal what this exercise does to me. But yeah, that's the final workout. I just hit biceps one time, just one good time, until my arms are pretty much useless, and then that concludes my pull workout for the first pull of the week, which is typically on a Tuesday, because I do push pull legs. So we're a little bit behind on schedule, but this is the bicep workout. This is what I hit. Sometimes I hit spider curls. If you don't know what those are, look them up. Those are pretty nasty too. And then I had to turn off the camera because this lady was trying to get to that machine next to me, so I had to quit a little early. But it's okay, because I'm not trying to get in her way. Alright. And here we're in the bathroom. I'm just getting a little flex session on. It's always good to see the progress and to monitor the progress, so I always make sure that I get a little flex session in. It's not necessarily to like try and show off or anything, but I just want to be able to see how far I've come. If you look up my Instagram, you can see what I used to look like about 2 years ago, and the amount of progress I made is just honestly astounding for me. It just really feels like it's paying off. Like, it's specific to me. Maybe to other people, they'll look at both pictures and they'll be like, oh, there's not much of a difference. But to me, it feels like all the difference, like a world of difference. Even my mindset has changed since back then. Fitness is extremely important to me. It's a passion to me. So if you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.